morning everyone, or good early afternoon. Yes, we are in a nice little lakeside location in the town of
Gallivare.
And yes, we've got a couple of destinations we're going to stop off at before cruising on through into Norway, and then after our northern adventure we'll be coming back to Sweden and seeing more. Anyway, blah blah blah.
The drive from our last stop has been absolutely awesome. Like in the Arctic Circle, it's just amazing. The light just seems so crisp and so bright. Obviously you have the midnight sun and it doesn't get dark. The scenery is like outstanding. It is just proper wild.
Sky seems bigger than it does in other places. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does to me. Yeah.
Since we passed that sign and since we reached the Arctic Circle, I'm just excited every day. Even more as we head further north.
So this location here is not bad. We're kind of right lakeside. It was a bit wet and miserable yesterday afternoon, but that was fine.
What a lovely scene. Very calming. You've got this rain, very pleasant rain, and then the sun's just come out and that lake is so calm. It's beautiful, isn't it?
And there's a little beach here, so took the boys down for a little play on the beach this morning by the lake and dipped my feet in, and they enjoyed a little run around. We had a really lovely looking sky last night as well here, didn't we?
Yeah, the weather's changed. It's got a bit stormy and it was forecast rain for the next 3 days, but there was a break in the clouds yesterday. The sun came out between the rain and the lake here just went so still, so we had an awesome pre-sunset kind of light. Really nice location.
And yesterday we had a small issue with Charlie.
What's happened to you, Charlie?
Alright, well, nothing serious, thankfully, but we were a little bit worried when we spotted this. I'm just showing you down here. So you can see down here he's got these little sort of rings, red, look quite sore. There's one there as well. And yeah, we're like, what? So we quickly Googled it, and it's like little flies.
Black flies. And Charlie was laying in the grass this morning and on his tummy, and that's how it's happened. So we obviously panicked a little bit when we first seen it just before, and then it says you don't need to panic, and he's obviously in no pain. Like, I've just wiped him and made sure there's no dirt or anything there, and it just should go down. So bless him, he's got a little spotty dick. Spotted. Yeah, so thankfully with Google you can check things quite quickly and it's nothing to worry about. And today, ta-da!
Sorry about this, but yes, look, they're a lot better. These rings were a lot more redder yesterday. They've gone down. That one's just a little red. Yes, hide that, yes. So back to not so much of a spotted dick today, and he's all good. So if you had this happen to your dog, don't panic like we did at first. Just relax. They're just little fly bites. They look worse than they actually are, and he's completely fine. So that's good. But it's getting on in the day, so we probably should hit the road and continue north. Oh, Charlie, don't look so sad.
Oh.
Oh. First reindeer, how cool is that?
morning, guys. Well, it's actually the afternoon. It's just gone the afternoon, or it's our morning. Actually, don't know what time of day it is. Basically, what, Charlie? Oh. Yeah, a bit confused with these 24-hour days, never getting dark thing. We're kind of going to bed quite late. Just can't get used to it. So this is our sort of morning time,
even though it's 1 p.m. So yes, we've just got dressed and swept the van out. Do you know how many dead mosquitoes were inside this van?
So guys, this is just getting ridiculous. The mosquitoes are up here in Scandinavia, or especially in the north above the Arctic Circle, are just insane.
This location is nuts. I mean, this is like the first place where the mosquitoes are really, really smart.
Well, for one, when you go out, I'm having to wear this. Like, this is like a ski. Look at that. I'm having to go out now like a ninja. Like I'm going to war, to battle. Well, I don't actually go out like that.
They're not that bad. They're quite bad though. They are swarming. But I mean, I've got mosquito bite on my head. I can feel one. We've got loads. There's another one there. Look. Right. The thing is, all of our windows are shut.
Hold on. I've got to kill it. See that? I don't know if you can see that. They're not small either. So, put that another one over there. Thank you, darling.
So all of our windows are shut. If they're not shut, they've got mosquito nets on them. Last night, Nick went round and mosquitoed the vent at the back there. Because they just keep coming in. Every 5 minutes we see one. How?
Just don't know. There's no gaps. Obviously, there's tiny, tiny little gaps.
The tiny, tiny gaps they must be getting through.
But now I've been reading up on our enemy. You need to learn, knowledge is power, and I've been learning about the mosquito. Did you know that the mosquito, the word mosquito, comes from the Spanish word for little fly?
We didn't know this, and obviously living in Spain, that's quite bad.
Did not know that, and I found out they feed off all varieties of animals, mammals, humans obviously, some amphibians, reptiles, and fish, some fish. And they're attracted to certain blood types, the O blood type, attracted to sweet things, sweat, and me. No, and carbon dioxide. They search through chemicals, sight, and aroma. So carbon dioxide. So any little gap in your window is emitting carbon dioxide, and that's what they go for. But yeah, it's good to have knowledge on your enemy. Learn about your enemy. Learn how to kill him.
I think once we leave this location that we should be okay again. And as we get towards the coast, hopefully we won't have so much of an issue, because this last day or so that we've been in this place has just been absolutely crazy.
Ridiculous.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, it's turned into a morning routine now and a night routine. Every now and then you just sort of have to brush the curtains or any material or anything, or whenever you move anything in the van, a little mosquito flies out. Just don't know how they're getting in here.
We've been comparing bites this morning whilst getting dressed. I think I'm just about in the lead with 162.
Anyway, moving on from that, we are in Jukkasjärvi in another lovely lakeside location. It's the second spot we've stayed in. The first was like a little picnic area, lovely little walkways going through this sort of little enchanted woodland. With fire pits and benches and stuff, and that overlooked the river and then the lake behind. That was really nice, and had a toilet and everything there. And then this.
So yes, this is the beautiful lakeside location we've been at for the last day and a half, right on waterside. The dogs are free to play.
Get him! Get him good, Charlie, get him, go on! Yeah, they always get a lot of exercise from just playing together. They play all these funny little games and that tires them out a bit, but we haven't done a proper long hike. But we did brave the mosquito infested woods to take them a little hike in this little pine forest that's behind us. You can see that, but Dizzy just... So it's just...
I just crashed it.
So, 2 questions, darling. What happened with the drone and are we lost?
Well, this place is absolutely riddled with mosquitoes. I've just crashed the drone into the bank because it was on sports mode. I'm not used to sports mode and I get confused with my left and rights, you know.
And forwards and backwards.
And forwards and backwards. So I've had to apologise to Nick for crashing the drone. And now, hopefully the drone's still working, we haven't tried it yet. And now we're making a mad dash for it back in the van, back to the van, and we're a little bit lost in this enchanted, moody forest after our little play around in the quarry.
And it's, get him Charlie, get him, go, 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 go. Multiple little paths winding through an environment of forest that looks exactly the same whichever way you turn.
I did make a little joke about getting lost when we first entered this forest, but it was a joke.
We made it back to the road. We've had a nice couple of days here. We've got all the solar panels out under the awning to utilise any little bit of sun that we've found. And it has been quite nice. Apart from the mosquitoes, the 2 places we've stayed in have been really, really cool.
This is a really idyllic location, and it's a shame about the weather because we would have been in that lake if it hadn't been so grey. But the lake yesterday was absolutely beautiful. It went so glassy and clear and so just silky. Yeah, so it's just been really nice, mainly looking out of the window at it. But we're right parked by the lake, so it's great views. But yes, and we've had the place pretty much to ourselves the whole time. So we haven't really vlogged for a couple of days. It's been a little bit of a stressful couple of days. We've had a little bit of an issue with Charlie. He has had a couple of seizures over the last sort of week. Very mild seizures. He's come out of them quite quickly and not for too long, which is obviously very good. But yes, so it has been a little bit worrying. I
think it stems all from the ferry ride. We're thinking possibly because he was very stressed on that journey when he was in the van. We don't know whether he actually had a seizure on that.
And we're trying not to worry about it too much. We are going into the town of Coruña now. Actually, we need to get the worming tablets before they go into Norway, which they have to have, and we will be speaking to her about Charlie's situation. Yeah, so with the bad weather and the grey skies, it's given us a chance to catch up with some editing in the van, but we haven't just been doing editing over the last couple of days. We actually went to visit the magical ice hotel.
Hi guys, yes, I am in the Cheska Java Ice Hotel and it's really cool. Well, actually it's freezing. I think it's kept at -6 degrees, so it's pretty cold. I've been in here I don't know how long, but I can't feel my fingers or my toes anymore. It's pretty chilly. They give you these jackets. I think there were some optional boots which I should have taken up because I'm slipping a bit, surprisingly enough. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Some of these rooms are just incredible. I think the ice sculptures are created by artists from all over the world. And it's a permanent structure, 365 days a year. You've got this massive ice hall where the ice bar is and loads of sculptures there. Yes, I'm under here. And then you've got all these incredible rooms. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. Everything's made of ice. A few have got plugged sockets, I don't know how safe that is, but it's just absolutely awesome. I've always wanted to come into an ice hotel and this is just awesome. Look at this behind me. There's a library with ice books on the shelves. There's chairs, stools, pictures, just everything's made of ice. And they've lit it up so nicely with these LED lights. And some of the art exhibitions are incredible. Like you've got jellyfish, a room of jellyfish, like a big igloo, like gods or huge statues. It's just absolutely awesome. I don't think Sarah would be up for that. Yeah, I think there's basically 12 rooms. You have access from 10 until 6. If you just want a tour, you can get a guided tour 2 times a day, and then you can just walk around on your own till 6, and then the guests get their rooms after 6 if you want to stay here. And then there's an ice bar which you can stay at if you're just visiting for the day until 10 o'clock. I think they serve mainly ice cold drinks, but these rooms are just out of this world. Check out this one behind me. This has got to be one of my favourites, just jellyfish everywhere. But I should have maybe taken a guided tour. I thought I'd just come around on my own. I don't know if there's any regulations or how long you can actually be in here because it's -6. Should have worn my gloves and big thick socks.
That was an awesome experience. If you're ever in this area or you ever get the chance to go to one of these, it's a must do. But wear your thermals.
What's happened to you?
Oh, I didn't go in prepared, did I? Been in there for about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. I think everyone else left. The tour left about an hour and 15 minutes ago. My feet are freezing. Tootsies are hurting now. Came out though and I felt like I was back in Andalusia, I tell you. It was really warm out here now.
And it's not actually that warm out here, it's quite cold. But you know, who goes to an ice hotel and doesn't expect it to be cold? Kind of glad I missed this one.
Unfortunately, I didn't go into the ice hotel with Nick. It was sort of the day after Charlie's seizure and we didn't want to leave him on his own, so I kind of stayed behind in the van, which is absolutely fine because I trusted Nick to go and get some great footage so I could see what it's like for myself. Plus I saved €28 because that's how much it is to go in.
€28 to get in for the little guided tour and to have a look around, but to go and stay in one of those rooms, woo, that'll set you back a pretty penny.
The weather is picking up today, as you can see. It's quite bright, it's looking promising, so we are very excited to continue the drive up north. Yes. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that like button below.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please do, and keep the comments coming because we absolutely love to hear from you.
And we'll see you in the next video.